Hello and welcome to Mr. C's presentation on rays. What on earth is a ray? I'm not talking about Ray Charles here. We're talking about the mutant brother of the line and the line segment. When I say mutant brother, I mean it's kind of like half of a line and half of a line segment. So you smush them both together, kind of a line segment and kind of a line, and you get a ray. And we have our cutesy fuzzy little mascot here, the mutant tiger bunny. We're going to call it a bunger. And his name's Ray. Hi, my name's Ray. He's kind of half a bunny and half a tiger, just like a ray is half a line and half a line segment. Why do you got to know this? You know, this is a question we ask every time. Why do we have to know what a ray is? To be quite honest, I don't know. I'm over 30 years old. I've never really used rays before. Maybe in some sort of space science, when you're talking about rays of sunshine that go on forever into, the aeons, or when you're talking about trajectory. Trajectory means like when something's traveling at a certain speed in a certain direction. The whole idea of rays are important. I've never used it though, so that's why I came up with our buddy here, the bunger, to help us remember. Because a lot of times, if we're learning something that we don't use every day or that we don't use a lot, it's helpful to use little devices like this bunger here to help us remember. So let's get right into it. We're going to go ahead. Ray, our bunger, hi, where is he? There he is. Hi, is going to show us some rays. Okay? Okay, now, in this graphic, we have what looks to be a line segment. Okay, so if you remember from our last lesson, that's a line segment right there. A, B, all right? We don't have this all-important extension this direction forever. If you remember in the last lesson, we took lines and we chopped line segments out of them. But you don't have to have those there. So we've got a point here, and we got a point here, and they are on a line together. So that is a line segment, okay? So what a ray is kind of like half a line segment. Let me show you. I'm going to switch to a different color, actually. So do you see how this stops here at point A, right? It doesn't travel in this direction forever, to infinity and beyond, like a line would, right? A line would travel in both directions forever, all right? It does stop here, but unlike a line segment, it does not stop in this direction. So a ray goes on to infinity and beyond in one direction, but it has an end point. It has a point where it stops, where it ends, on the other side. So that's why I say it's 1/2 line. I'm getting good at this. And it's 1/2 line segment. Okay, so it's half a line, it's half a line segment. Okay, it does stop on one side, but it does not stop on the other side. It is a ray. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add a couple of graphics here to help us. It goes on forever in one direction, just like we saw on the right-hand side there, and the other side ends in a point. Okay, so how would we write this ray? Okay, so if we were going to label this ray, and there's some confusion that even I have when I'm labeling rays, because really, if you look, I believe there's two rays here. Okay, we've got a point here, and it goes on forever in that direction. And then look, we also have a point here. Let's change my color. That goes on forever in the same direction. Well, I know how to write one of them. Okay, this is ray AB. That's how you would label that. So I simply said we have our end point here, A, And then we have our ray going on forever to infinity and beyond in this direction, and it passes through point B. It does not stop at point B. See, look, that's why we wrote the little arrow there. Okay, if we were saying, oh, this is line AB, okay, we'd have another little arrow over here. Okay, but we don't. Okay, we do not. We're talking about rays. We're not talking about lines. So we only do the arrow in one direction. Okay, this is ray AB. Well, look, there's another ray here. And I've done some research on this on the internet. I can't find anyone to explain this concept to me. So maybe this is a challenge to you. Look, here's another ray. I'll switch my color. Look, if we start at B, well, that's a ray too, is it not? I've never seen anyone label a ray like this. I don't think you're supposed to, but look, it's a ray. Maybe if we were to add another point out here, right? Point C, we could say, ooh, that's ray BC. Okay, because we start with our end point, and then our second point is the point that we pass through. Okay, so I guess that's a nifty little challenge for you guys to see how you would label a ray that looked like this. Started at B and went that direction forever. Ray, do you have any idea how you do that? I have no idea. I'm a bunger. My brain is very small. Okay, maybe we shouldn't be asking bungers for advice. Anyways, get out of here, Ray. Let's go ahead and recap some of the things that we learned. First, rays are kind of like lines. They're kind of like line segments. They stop on one side, but on the other side, they go on forever. Okay, remember, lines go on forever in both directions. Line segments end in points on both sides, but a ray ends in points only on one side and goes on to infinity and beyond in the other direction. Just like we see here, it goes on forever in one direction. However, it starts, or you could even say it stops, on the other side at a point. The other thing we learned, bungers are scary. I'm not scary. You're right, he wasn't very scary. But I wouldn't play with one if I saw it in the wild, okay? Thank you very much for all your help today, Ray. No problem. All right, let's try it. I want to see you guys try this. I want you to first get a piece of paper, scratch paper from the recycling bin, or see what you can rustle up, anything you can write on, and draw a few lines. You can have them intersect at points, or you can just draw some lines and add some points to those individual lines. Okay, and then we're going to label those points with letters like we always do. You can pick any letters that you want. And if you've done this properly, you've made some rays. I want you to circle a few of them. If you can circle them, try to write them down. If you want to back up the video to see how I did it, go ahead and back it up. Check it out. See if you can label your rays after you circle them. So good luck, and I will see you next time.